Got a couple real nice deer on the ground for the early season down at the Bommer Ranch. And it was time to head further south down to my family's lease in Quemado, Texas. First year been able to hunt down here. Been down there before. A lot of good deer hunting. The Rio Grande Canal runs right through the property. 2,000 acres of low fence, free range whitetail hunting. My dad suggested us to hunt along a power line that's close to the camp house. We set up our ground blind there and let it be for that afternoon and went there that first evening. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, sitting here in this brush blind that we made earlier today, and it's been kind of slow so far for the deer. Real windy out, warm, and just haven't seen the does just quite yet, but I think we're gonna see them this evening. We're set, we're ready. We're gonna stay quiet, and hopefully that big buck comes in chasing a doe. The does started coming out, and you know, eventually after the does we started seeing some younger bucks. I heard some brush movement right off to the side of me, kind of behind me, and I looked to my right, and not but 15, maybe it had to have been closer than 15 yards. I could just see this body moving through the brush, and I could see antlers on it, and it was wide, and so I was getting really excited. We hadn't seen any shooter bucks yet, and he disappeared all of a sudden. We didn't know if he had taken off or if he was not but 30 yards away from us, so we had to stay still, we had to stay quiet, and during that tension you get really excited. And before we noticed, that deer popped right on out about 50 yards away from us. He started closing the distance, and I have Alex behind me telling me, shoot that deer, shoot him. And my heart's starting to race because he looks nice. But as that deer started closing the distance, we started seeing how small his body was compared to the other bucks that were around. And we realized that it was only about a 3-year-old deer, so we had to pass up on him. Nice 8-pointer that came in. It was just a little young, you know. We thought about 2.5 or so, but there's a lot of deer out here, and hopefully we can get it done in the morning. It was coming down to the wire. It was our last morning hunt, so we had to reposition and see what we can make out of the spot where my brother had been hunting. Got up early as usual, got situated in the ground blind before daybreak, and stayed quiet. We had deer funneling right through that fence line like we expected. Saw the camp house buck again, and We were expecting to hopefully see some more deer run through there. Sure enough, around 10:30 in the morning, we saw a nice deer pop out on the road. We could see that it was a shooter buck. But, you know, I was hesitant because I was looking for something a little bit better. Alex is telling me behind me, you should shoot this deer, man. This is our last day we got here. You make it happen because we only have a week and a half before deer season is over. And then when I finally made up my mind, okay, I'm gonna shoot this deer, he did a complete U-ey and started walking the other way. So I took my grunt call out and I started grunting at him. But he didn't buy it, he didn't have it, and he just kept on walking south from us. And then I was just, it was heartbreaking to me because I wanted to shoot that deer and I hesitated thinking that maybe a bigger deer might come out. And it being the last day, it ruined our chances in shooting that buck.